Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tonight, I want to talk about a very important topic. To some, it might not appear to be important, but it's a very important topic. And this topic for tonight is pertaining to Salafi publications and the personalities of Salafi publications. Now, a disclaimer, this video, I'm not addressing Salafia or what is Salafia, because Salafi publications and its followers have nothing to do with Salafia. They're just wolves in sheep clothing. I have a number of videos on YouTube about the issues of Salafi publications related to a tabdiya, related to their similarities to the Khawarij, and about how they are not attached to knowledge itself. And have other videos about them related to Black social issues within America, where a Salafi publication, satellites and satellite community here in the US, who followers are majority African American or Black, and they have nothing to say or do related to Black social issues, which many of the followers in their community are plagued with. Tonight, I want to address about their behavior that is consistent with the behavior of people who are Khawarij, and that is how they always attack Ahlul Sunnah. So I was talking with a brother, and he shared with me a screenshot of two African American Muslims who give dawah, and one of them is our brother Sheikh Akil Ingram. And I have a lot of respect for the brother. And actually, he shared me a screenshot of somebody slandering him from one of these social media platforms, which appears to be on Facebook, where they like to attack many of the du'at who are not with their clique, who's not with their cults. Anytime they give a speech or talks or on a flyer, they share the flyer with attacking these individuals with name calling, slanderous titles. So I want to address this particular issue, but I want to really address something that's a little bit deeper than this. One of the behaviors from Salafi publications and their followers is that here in America, their followers don't have the Islamic etiquettes. And I made a number of videos to address how their personalities and their followers, especially the followers, they are not attached to Islamic knowledge. They're not attached to any Islamic sciences like Arabic language, Usuluddin and Dawa, Tafsir, or Ulumul Quran, Mustalah Hadith, Aqidah, so on and so forth. Their followers have no knowledge in none of these fields. And they definitely don't have no knowledge of the Arabic language, and they have no knowledge of the Quran itself. Majority of the mass of its followers. And I'm not speaking about one or two of their followers who went away to study Islam. I'm talking about the mass majority. So you'll find with them is that they never really adopt the Islamic identity when it comes to Islamic proper manners, al-akhlaq and khuluq. They never adapted these things. So you'll find that within the Black community in the US or within the US society is that many of the people, especially the youth, they have these bad manners and bad etiquettes where they're arguing, name calling, just like gangsters, criminals. They have the behavior like criminals. So for a lot of the followers of Salafi publication, mass majority of them, when they enter the folds of Islam and they're not learning the Islamic sciences properly, you'll find that many of its members still have the etiquettes of the disbelievers. They still have cursing, foul language, lying, gossiping, all those things that Salafiyah is free from, all those things that the Muslim is free from. That you find that the followers of Salafi publication, they have all these bad and nasty manners and etiquettes. So they continue to what? Slander people, curse people, use filthy language, and then they would say they're Salafi to the bone. And they would have all this filthy language, slanderous behavior, tabloid tactics, and you'll find that they're void of everything related to Islam, from Islamic manners, the etiquettes of the Muslim, the etiquettes of a student of knowledge, the etiquettes of a alim, the etiquettes of somebody who is a believer, right? Even the etiquettes of a believer that the Muslim must have for another Muslim, you'll find that they don't even have the etiquettes that the Muslim supposed to have with another Muslim. They're void of all these things. They have the same manners and etiquettes of the Khawarij and the same manners and the etiquettes of the disbelievers in America. Whatever you see, for example, if you see the rapper, how the rapper in the US, how the images of the lying, the gangster behavior, you'll find that the Salafi follower of Salafi publication, they still have these etiquettes and manners. And if you don't believe me, just look up on YouTube Abdul Wali Nelson. Abdul Wali Nelson, who is one of their main callers, who's a graduate from Medina University. Look up his video on YouTube where somebody recorded him while he's in Medina studying, talking about he's going to F him up, he's going to punch him in the face at the Kaaba, or at the Prophet's mosque. He said when he see him there, he's going to punch him in his face, and he's cursing with filthy language. You'll find that the Salafi pubs followers, they have this gangster, street, hustler, over emotional, irrational thinking behavior. You find that they have this. So I want to put that out there. So today or tonight, I want to address for some of the Salafi du'at and students of knowledge who have some understanding of Islam. I see something on social media with some of the Muslims who claim to be Salafi now, who remove themselves from associating with Salafi publication and their personalities, and they will point out their mistakes and their errors in their behavior, but at the same time, they're pushing and promoting Salafi publication, translations, websites, and I use websites as plural because the Salafi pubs have a lot of different websites. They're still promoting Salafi publication, propaganda, websites, Facebook post, Telegram post, Twitter post. They're sharing their material and they're still promoting Salafi publication, even though with their own mouth, they would say they have no parts of them. They were recognize the mistakes of many of their followers, how Salafi pubs have destroyed the Salafi community and split up the people, but in the same breath, they're still sharing their propaganda through sharing their websites. And Salafi publication and associates have many websites. They're still sharing their articles and translations. So you cannot be saying to leave these people alone, but in the same time, you're still sharing and depending on these individuals' translations. then you will turn around and say, as one who is Salafi, recognizing that Salafi pubs have issues, they're not Salafi, they're Hisbis. You would turn around and you would say these things, then turn around and you'd be like, why people are still following Salafi pubs today? Why they still have all these mass followers in the Western world? Why they still have such a grip on the people? Then I got to ask you, why are you sharing their material? Why are you sharing their websites? Why are you sharing their translations? See, the reason why Salafi pubs have a grip on their followers because no one came along and replaced Salafi pubs. And what I mean by replace Salafi publication, they haven't replaced Salafi pubs by having a network, whether it's whether it's media, the media, websites, social media, websites, audios, lectures. So since you didn't replace them with this, its followers who I mentioned in this video and other videos who followers of Salafi publication, they don't know what? They don't know Islamic sciences. Arabic language is part of Islamic sciences. So if their followers don't know Arabic, they cannot attach themselves to Quran and Sunnah, which is in Arabic, but it also means they cannot attach themselves to the scholars of Islam, the real scholars. And that means that they really cannot attach themselves to knowledge because they don't have Arabic language and the other necessary tools that a student of knowledge and a real follower of Salafiyya will have. The sincere follower of Salafiyya who understand that he is following the madhab of the Salaf, which is drenched into the Arabic language to understand the religion, because Quran revealed in Arabic. The Prophet ﷺ spoke Arabic. The Sunnah recorded in Arabic. And you can attach yourself to knowledge or attain knowledge, Islamic knowledge about Arabic. So the followers of Salafi pubs don't have this. So that means that they're relying on somebody for translations. Translations. And lecturing. And lecturing is translated to them. So if you wonder why that Salafi pub followers, why they still are with this group, well, no one came along who's correcting Salafi pubs, their mistakes, their issues. No, the people who are correcting them, you guys haven't replaced them. And how do you replace them? One is teaching the people proper Islam, teaching the people Islamic sciences, teaching people really what is Salafiyya, but you haven't replaced what Salafi pubs were doing. So somebody who's listening to Salafi pubs, Abu Khadija, for example, Hassan Somali, who don't know Arabic, well, he's going to say in his head, who don't know Arabic, who don't know what no real scholars are, never learned Islam, never traveled out his country, don't know what it means to be a student of knowledge, don't have no attachment to real knowledge. He's saying in his head, then who I'm going to learn from? Who I'm going to learn Salafiyya from? If I don't listen to these guys, who I'm going to listen to? I'm going to listen to the Zaytun Institute, Hamza Yusuf and them. Who I'm going to listen to? Who I'm going to read their works? Who's going to translate for me? Because we already made it clear they don't have the tools. They don't have the tools. They don't have the tools. I know right now, sisters, maybe one of you are watching my video right now, and you know all the issues with Salafi publications. You see their Hizbis. You see the division they cause in the Muslim community. How many sisters who see their issues left them, right? But they're looking to get married and they're looking for brothers from that community, the SP community, from their community or from their satellite community. You know all the wrong, but you're looking to marry them. And likewise, you know all the wrong, but they're still looking and using their materials and their articles and their writings and their websites. That's why SP have a good holding on people, and no one came to replace it. No one. I haven't seen that many people. I haven't seen anybody yet in the English language who came about, right? Who came about, recognize the issue of Salafi pubs, and have catalogs of works translated for the average layman Salafi. Like I said, layman, the lay person Salafi, to learn religion. Might be brothers individually doing certain things, but there's no one collectively doing this. No one collectively doing this. From all the brothers who openly refute SP, I haven't seen no collective work to replace what they were doing. So if the person was depending on Salafi pubs for Islamic information or Islamic knowledge from their translations and their articles like this and like that, if no one replaced that, what do you think? What do you think this is going to do? This is the Muslim. The Muslim, he's like this bottle right here. This is the Muslim, and this is the layman Muslim. This is an empty bottle, right? So the layman Muslim, especially in this who claims to be Salafi or sincere Muslim, the Salafi, in reality, he wants to fill his bottle up with knowledge. Especially in the Western world, where everything around you is kufr, is disbelief. It is shirk with Allah. The main beliefs in this country is the beliefs of mushrikeen. So the average Salafi is trying to save himself from shirk, from dalala, from what is overwhelming in this society, plus more, fahisha, all type of fahisha. If I was learning from Salafi pubs and I got to fill my bottle like this, at least a little bit more, there's some information, and somebody's telling me SP is wrong, SP are ignorant, SP got issues, they're Hisbi, they cause division, but that person is going to say, who's depending on some information, depending on the translation, well, if I stop learning from these guys, I'm going to feel this desire that I'm trying to learn. At the same time, the people who are saying they're wrong, many of them are not replacing SP, not replacing what SP has done, not replacing and making materials, translations, audios, except for a few brothers like Batsia.org, the brother Zahid, may Allah preserve him, and other brothers who have YouTube channels, who have, I say, catalogs of knowledge and information and trying to educate the Muslims. But I haven't seen any other publications who publish books. I haven't seen that many publications who are publishing books. I haven't seen that many publications build a institution to learn, except for a few brothers online who do their best try to educate, and some masjids. But there needs to be more of a collateral. Sorry, there needs to be a little bit more of cooperating now to educate Muslims. So eventually, the people have no need for SP. SP losing their numbers in reality. They're losing their numbers. When I seen that brother show me that poster and people was talking ill about him, I was saying to myself, I have bumped into some brothers who learned Arabic language, who study overseas, and when I look on their Facebook page, they talk about SP is wrong, they talk about their mistakes, but they're still sharing articles and translations from these people. And if you're claiming out of your own mouth that SP is wrong, but you're sharing their articles and their translations, well, the person who don't know Arabic who's reading that article, you think they're not going to look at who translated or who produced that article? They're going to look at that person. And if you're somebody who they respect and you're promoting their stuff, you're promoting SP stuff and articles and translations. If you're promoting it, and the people are going to take from you that, okay, this is okay to do. It's okay for me to go learn from SP. It's okay to be with them. Then some of the faults fall on you, especially you brothers who know better, who study Islam, have Arabic language, lived in a Muslim country, know SP is wrong, know most of their followers are misguided because of these people, but you're sharing their articles and their translations. The Muslim, the lay person who Muslim see you doing it, you're gonna say, oh, then it's okay to learn from them guys, even though you are refuting them. But how can you refute somebody at the same time you're using their websites and their articles and their translations? Why don't you translate? Why not you attach to people to knowledge? Why not you attach people to scholars? Why you not translate and help people a little bit so people don't have to depend on SP? And if we can't do that, if you can't do that, then something is wrong with us. Something is wrong with you if you can't do that. If you could say, hey, these people were wrong, but you yourself is not bringing nothing to the table for the people to learn. The job of the da'i is to inform and educate. That is the job of the da'i, is to inform, teach, call to Allah, and to educate. That's the job of the student of knowledge. That's the job of the da'i. This is his job. So you can't half-step your job. And I see that some of us are half-stepping the job because they don't want to put the time and the effort. That's why SP got a hold on these peoples, because SP put time and effort into it. Even though the time and effort they put into these things is to promote their group. And they don't teach these peoples a lot. They don't even translate a lot of stuff. The stuff they be translating, I always say, nabda fi shay'in. If somebody right now, I'm going to test this theory. If somebody right now say, I want to learn about Salafiyya in English, and they go to Google, what's going to come up? I wonder who websites is going to come up. Let me do that search in front of you. First website, no lie. First website. What is Salafiyya? Who's that right there? That's what? That's Abu Khadija right there. SP website. That's the first thing. And so people see I'm not lying. What is Salafiyya? Going down, the first website after Wiki Encyclopedia, the first website is Abu Khadija's website. The leader of their Hispi group, Abu Khadija. That's the first website to come up. Then the people turn around and would say why people are fanatic with SP, Salafipubs. Why they followers are fanatic with them? Well, all the information, if you put on an internet search about Salafiyya, the first people to pop up is Abu Khadija, which is the owner of Salafi Publications himself. Which means he put effort and time in to translate and put their propaganda on the website. That's just some food for thought, man. That's some real food for thought. This is why their followers are strong, have a strong opinions or emotions for the people. Because when they go look up anything about Salafiyya in English language, this is the first person, SP, or the first people or websites they're going to see online. So that means that there needs to be some type of reaction or reaction to this. There need to be some type of way to correct this. And the way to correct this, that people who know start translating, start putting their materials in writing format. You know how many brothers I see have lectures on YouTube and educating A to Z about Islam and what is Salafiyah, like this. Just imagine you took your audio or your video catalog and you transcribe that and put it on the website. Not just the video, but transcribe and put these things on the internet, and flooding the internet with good articles and good writings about the deen. That means that it was somewhat overwhelmed the internet or the browsers or the search. So when somebody wants to look up something about Salafiyah, the first thing is not going to pop up. It's not going to be SP. See, SP, they have an understanding of how the internet works and algorithm works. In giving dawah and fighting against bid'ah and fighting against innovation and fighting against wrong understandings in Islam and bad manners and so on and so forth, and sects and groups, that means that you're going to have to put energy into it. That means you're going to have to sacrifice and do things that you don't want to do. And if brothers can't do that, then people like this, Abu Khadija, they're always going to get the followers and stay with them and get them. First thing came up, what is Salafiyah? Abu Khadija's website. That's the first website to pop up. And I don't even go to SP website. So this is not like from a browser saved search of mine. I don't even look up stuff in English. I look up stuff in Arabic. Food for thoughts. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفر الله واتوب اليك.